Just a bit of background. City of York Council signed up to the Cooperative Council Network, so it's part of their plan to look at alternative service delivery models. Also in York we have the proud tradition of Roundtree family and their legacy with the Joseph Roundtree Foundation and Trust. So in a way we're just sort of continuing an already long-standing tradition. And within York, libraries and archives are the first service to look at this model. We have, within libraries and archives, we have a very strong vision around Explore. Our Explore centres are where libraries and adult learning come together, and we want to continue that. We had some successful new centres which are now expanding and increasing in usage. We've started to adapt our model with a reading cafe in the park, with a library in a day centre for people recovering from mental health, looking ahead at a community stadium and a secondary school which is closing, which we want to move into and build a community hub. So we want to develop further. We feel we've done all that we can within the council, and we want to base our future around the advancement of knowledge and ideas, going back to the very foundation of libraries in Alexander and the new one. We started looking at all this about a year ago, and we applied to the Cabinet Office Mutual Support Programme, and they very kindly gave us £100,000 of support. So we didn't get the money, but we got the support, which was great because they did all the procurement, which I was very grateful for. So a firm called Mutual Ventures won the contract, and we're working with them to put together a business plan and transition plan. Their help has been absolutely essential. We could not have done it without them coming in. The legal form we're looking at is a community benefit society with charitable status that would be a third owned by staff and two-thirds owned by the community. Our overriding aim in this is that there are no library closures and that we have paid staff running libraries with support from volunteers. But so that we want the community to be very involved in terms of through the group helping us form policy, and there will be 2 members of the community sitting on board, but we want the service to be run by paid staff. All of our learning points in this really is what I've found is, as I've gone through this, the difference of thinking what is right for libraries and archives may not be the same as what is right for the council. And so I've had to sort of had 2 heads on really. My line manager has been really wonderful in understanding that early on, and sort of taking upon himself the thinking of what's right for the council and allowing me to think of what's right for libraries and archives. So that's been a huge benefit. All the way through the process, I've learned an awful lot about leadership, about what my role is in presenting that vision and holding to it through all the difficult times. And that's been quite, although we've been through difficult times before, this is a unique challenge. And as you can imagine, staff worry a great deal about a major change like this. So my job has been to sort of keep everything together. The other really difficult thing that we're facing is just how do you pull a service away from the council, a service that's been in the council forever. All sorts of, I'm sure everybody knows this, all sorts of funny contracts and informal arrangements around garages and all things like that, and making long spreadsheets of contracts. But actually it's given me the power to go to our facilities management and some of our support services and insist that they give me the information because we have to have it, which I haven't been able to do before. So it's sort of given me a sort of new power, if you like, to investigate everything, and it cannot be underestimated, the difficulty of extracting information from some people. Well, I suspect because it's not actually there and they don't want to admit to it. So that actually separating the service out from the council is very, very complex, and you need very, very good lawyers to help you with that. We have lawyers, external lawyers, who are advising me rather than the council, and that is very good because we have a project board sort of steering the project, which is made up of all the support services from the council, so HR, finance, etc. And they obviously can only act in the interest of the council. So when we're talking to the asset manager, he can say to us, well, you know, you can have the buildings with full repair, you know, and you're responsible for the repair. And I can say, well, hang on, I'm just waiting for the asset legal report to come to tell me what all my different options are. So that's proved absolutely vital. You'll notice that I haven't said anything about money because I don't think this is about budget. I think if you're looking to do this to save money, then you're not going to succeed. The only way to look at this is to understand the vision of what you want to deliver. Obviously, budget comes into it along the way, but for me, it cannot be a primary objective because that would be completely wrong and it wouldn't work. So I'm absolutely convinced this is the right thing to do for York Libraries and Archives. I'm absolutely convinced that the possibilities that are facing us will enable us to grow and develop it, and involving many more people. We have a lot of excited partners around the city, York Museums Trust, the university, who are really looking forward to working with us as a separate organisation. And there is, again, so many possibilities in joint working there, maybe, you know, particularly looking at backroom services, whether, you know, with the Museum Trust we can have some sort of arrangement, just starting to talk about that. The staff, after a very shaky start with strong opposition from Unison, the staff are now very on board and supportive. They are very excited. They obviously have their concerns and their worries, but they really understand that this is a good way forward. And they really, you know, they're now, all the library managers are now going to talk at ward committees and parish councils. They feel confident to talk to it about people, which is wonderful. So we're starting to see a whole new world, and I'm very excited by it. We go to Cabinet in June the 4th for a final decision on whether or not we transfer, and I'm very confident that it will be a yes, and then we will be looking to start up the new organisation from the 1st of April 2014. So we've got a big, busy year ahead of us, and lots of work, but I think actually York Libraries and Archives will be all the better for being